guys, welcome to a brand new video. As you can see, I am in a new location. I have finally made it to Michigan and I've got all of my babies finally, or at least for the most part, set up. I have some on a bookshelf over there and on my desk is a huge stack. But anyways, that's not why we're here today to talk about. Today I'm going to be doing my June wrap up for you guys. I know it's a bit late, but things just got into the way with moving because I drove across country and I never want to do that again. But anyways, let's just jump right into it. Alright, starting off with the first book that I read in the month of June was Under the Never Sky by Veronica Ross. I gave this book a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really great, a great start to a series, and I'm kind of really mad at myself that I waited as long as I did to pick this up and read it because it was really great and I just loved it. It's kind of hard to explain really what this is about. It's about a girl who gets kicked out of this, I don't know what it's called. She gets exiled from the Reverie, which is the place where she lives, and then as she is exiled and dropped off into what they call the outside world, she meets this guy named Perry, and then it goes from there. It's so good. I would highly recommend it for you guys to go and pick it up. The second book I read in the month of June was Through the Evernight by Veronica Rossi. This is the second book in the trilogy. Loved it. Don't really want to say too much about this because it'll give spoilers away, but I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. It was a really great sequel and I'm so happy this did not have second book syndrome. And then the third book I read was Into the Still Blue by Veronica Rossi. This is the third and the last book in the trilogy and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars as well. I really liked how it ended, and Perry, oh my god guys, I love him so much. Love him, love him, love him. I wish I could take him home with me. And then this next book, which I was pleasantly surprised about how much I loved it, and that was Afterworld by Scott Westerfeld. Guys, I cannot believe I waited so long to read this. Well, I kind of can because look how big it is. But I really thought this was going to be a fantasy book. But basically it switches between two different perspectives. It's kind of hard to explain it, but one of the perspectives is from the author. Of course, the author is Scott Westerfeld, but inside the book itself, there is a girl who wrote Afterworlds, and it's from her perspective and her journey in writing a book and getting it published and her move to New York. And then the second perspective is from a girl. It's from the actual story, like the story of Afterworlds is being played out before your eyes. And like I said, I thought it was going to be a fantasy, but it's more so a paranormal because it's about ghosts and traveling between different worlds. It was really cool. I would definitely check this out because it was really good, and I was kind of iffy on picking up anything by him because I tried reading the Ugly series and I really did not care for it too much, but I'm happy that I gave him another try because I really enjoyed this. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read was it was my favorite book that I read in the month of June, and that is On Dublin Street by Samantha Young. Guys, I loved it, loved it, loved it. I flew through it in one sitting. This book was so good. It's a new adult. It's about a girl who loses her parents at the age of, I think she was 16 if I can remember correctly. And from there, once she turns 18, she decides to move to Ireland, and then she meets this guy and it's just so good. One thing I really loved about this is there was no insta love. There was a lot of stubbornness and fighting to not fall in love with this person, and it was just so good, guys, so good. You need to go and pick this up. Now I know this is the first book in a companion series, so I'm probably going to pick up the rest of them, but not right now because it doesn't follow the same characters. But this one, just even though it's really short, it packs a lot of things that happen to it. Like this girl's very shut off from the world and she's just stubborn and feisty, and I just read it. And then the next few things I read were graphic novels. I read the first 3 volumes of Miss Marvel, and I gave them all 4 out of 5 stars. I really did enjoy them. It wasn't enough to give me a 5 out of 5 stars, but I'm going to continue on. I've actually already read, spoiler alert for my July wrap-up, I've already read the 4th and the 5th volume of it too, and I really enjoyed those, but I just thought they were really fantastic. I'm really enjoying Miss Marvel. If you guys like graphic novels and comics, you guys should definitely go and check that out. The next 2 books I started, I have not finished yet, but I'm hoping to finish them in the month of July. The first one being Half-Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the first book in the Covenant series. It has to do with like Greek gods and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure on what it's completely about, but I'm on chapter 6, which is page 60, so I'm really not that far into it. I've been kind of not picking it up. I don't know why. It's not the story. It's just, maybe it's just not what I want to read right now. I'm not 100% sure, but I am enjoying what I am reading of it. And then the last book that I have been picking up is Game of Thrones by George R. R. Martin. This is the first book in the Song of Ice and Fire series, and I am 229 pages in, so I am about, it's like 22% in is what it says on Goodreads, but I'm really enjoying this. It's just like the show, and I've been wanting to get to these for quite a while, but I just haven't picked it up, and then finally I was like, enough is enough, let me just pick it up, because guys, after what happened to Jon Snow, I need to know what's going to happen next. So I figured now's the time to get my butt in gear and finally pick up the entire series. Alright guys, that is all I read in the month of June. Read a total of 8 things and then started 2. So overall, it was a pretty good month with being my moving month. This month of July has not been the greatest, but you know what? I will pick it up and I will get my butt in gear and start reading. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys. I will see you guys next time, and happy reading. Mwah.